diamonds, whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
And good afternoon, I'm Whit Johnson in New York. We're coming back on the air because the judge has just sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to 4 years in prison.
Freak-offs.
Freak-offs.
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time.
Prosecutors say that these were elaborately produced events.
I was up, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Diddy just got sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. But what if I told you this was never about justice?
I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
Because what went down in that courtroom wasn't just a verdict, it was a power move, a cover-up, and a silent war between celebrity, the system, and the people it failed.
I've had a great life. I've settled $4.15 million with Diddy. Okay, was he scared that I was exposed? I seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself. Having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time.
The judge sentenced Diddy for crimes he was acquitted of. The victims cried, his kids begged. Diddy broke down and still walked away with a sentence some are calling light and others say illegal.
He realizes he's in a situation where no amount of money or fame can save him. He writes this: "I have been humbled and broken to my core. Jail is designed to break you. There have been some days I thought I would be better off dead." He goes on to say, Tom, that he lost everything from his businesses to time with his children. He's a single father. He also apologizes notably to the women.
So the real question isn't, did he beat the system? It's, how many times can you beat the system before the system starts fighting back? Let's break this all down.
So I had two choices. Either I was gonna sit in that failure and give up, or I was gonna make a decision to step out of the darkness. You see, when you're in that darkness, you wanna sit there and wait for the light to come. The only way out is to step forward, to face your fears, to become your own light.
Diddy was convicted on 2 federal charges under the Mann Act, crossing state lines to engage in prostitution.
Sean Diddy Combs, the fallen music mogul, writing a federal judge pleading for mercy. He writes in part, "I have to admit, my downfall was rooted in my selfishness." He apologized to 2 of the women who accused him of abuse, including Cassie Ventura, who he assaulted. This as prosecutors are asking for an 11-year prison sentence for Combs after he was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
For that, he was sentenced to 4 years and 2 months, plus a $500,000 fine. The judge, however, didn't stop there. Despite being acquitted of coercion, assault, and abuse, the judge still used those allegations to influence the sentencing. That's right. Things Diddy was found not guilty of were still used against him, and that's what's got legal experts everywhere shaking their heads.
We are planning to appeal. We think we have strong bases to appeal. The strongest basis is that the jury reached a verdict on coercion. It found there was not coercion, and I think the judge said coercion today as a basis for a sentence at least a dozen times. The jury's verdict was resoundingly clear.
The judge openly stated, "We can't understand the prostitution without understanding the coercion behind it." In short, the court ruled that even if the jury didn't convict Diddy on physical violence or coercion, the context mattered. Victims were named, stories were retold.
This was a very long sentencing hearing which Sean Combs himself, once larger than life, was left begging for mercy, standing at the defense table, telling the judge that he's a changed man, apologizing for his behavior. But that request for a lenient sentence of time served was rejected by the judge, Arun Subramanian, who said it was insufficient to send the kind of message that he wanted to send, that violence against women must be met with real accountability.
Cassie and Jane were declared victims, not willing participants. Diddy's legal team was furious. They objected on the spot and vowed to appeal the sentence.
There is a human being now in custody for 50 months.
Diddy was just sharing.
Based upon conduct that a jury heard, the jury resolved, and the jury rejected.
Their argument? You can't punish a man for crimes a jury said he didn't commit.
Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. So sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get.
And then came the most humanizing moment of the trial. Diddy's children, Christian, Justin, Quincy, his twin daughters, and his youngest daughter Chance, all stood up and spoke in court. Tears flowed, the courtroom froze. When his daughters spoke, not a single dry eye remained. Diddy, overwhelmed, couldn't look them in the eye. He apologized to his family, to Cassie, and to Jane. He said, "I hate myself right now. I failed you all." At one point, he bent down in his chair. Some thought he collapsed, but court records show he was gathering himself and documents. Still, it was a rare, raw glimpse into a man brought to his knees, literally. Now here's where it gets wild. While awaiting sentencing, Diddy's team submitted paperwork saying he had plans in Miami next week. The prosecution? They thought it was a club hosting gig. Arrogant, reckless, outrageous. But Diddy's lawyers say it was actually a prison outreach program. He was scheduled to speak to inmates about rehabilitation. Too little, too late? Probably. O.J. Simpson's former attorney even weighed in, calling it one of the dumbest legal moves he's ever seen. Now let's talk about what happens after sentencing. Diddy's team is out here screaming that he's not safe in prison. According to court records, there was already an attempt on his life. A guy tried to shank him, but guards stepped in just in time. They're worried he's a trophy target. You know, a high-profile name that some inmates might want to take down just for bragging rights. But let's be real for a second. With how quiet it's been from Diddy since he checked in, maybe he's having the time of his life in there. I mean, don't be surprised if he's already found a secret stash of baby oil, set up a few scented candles, and is hosting one of his mini Diddy parties in Cell Block C.
When he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man. When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them.
Lights dimmed, towels rolled. Bad boy for life echoing down the corridor.
Walk in and there's all these ladies there wearing their club gear, and Kanye and Diddy are already completely up. Diddy hands me a drink. Immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. I turn and my manager's walking out. The music's low, the lights are dim. I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and there's 3 other men and me, alone. I'm not in the industry anymore. I'm not filing a lawsuit, so I'm not getting paid. I'm not looking for clout, because who gives a f about me? So why would I lie about this?
Hey, just because he's locked up doesn't mean the man forgot how to set a mood. Let's not forget, prosecutors were asking for 11 years. Some say Diddy got off easy. Others argue he was unfairly sentenced based on charges he beat in court.
The food is inedible, from what I've been told. It's way too hot in the summer. Sometimes there's no heat at all in the winter. The toilet water has been known to freeze. It's violent. Someone like Mr. Combs, might be a target.
So where do you stand? Was justice served? Or did Diddy, once again, use his fame, money, and power to slip through the cracks of a broken system? Smash that like, subscribe for more breaking courtroom drama, and share this video if you believe these conversations matter. Until next time, stay informed, stay skeptical, and stay bold.